In the heart of Nnewi City, where traffic horns prayed louder than church bells and generators hummed like restless spirits, stood St. Gertrude Memorial Hospital. By day it was ordinary, peeling cream paint, flickering fluorescent lights, nurses gossiping behind desks, patients arguing over bills they could not afford, life and death negotiating in cash. But by night, the hospital breathed. The walls creaked like old bones adjusting themselves. The corridors stretched longer than they should. Shadows did not stay where light left them. And Ward 7 was sealed, officially for renovation, unofficially for silence. It still smelled of antiseptic and death. People said, if you hear footsteps behind you at 2:17 a.m., don't turn. Because the nurse on night duty was never alive. Zara Okiki did not believe in ghosts. She believed in rent. She believed in unpaid hospital bills. She believed in her mother's failing kidneys. And so when St. Gertrude offered night shift allowance triple the normal rate, she accepted. Her mother cried that evening. Hospitals remember, Mama Okiki whispered, stirring soup slowly. Especially old ones. Zara kissed her forehead. Ghosts don't pay dialysis bills, but love does. And that was the problem, because Amara was not only desperate, she was in love. Daniel Ease, final year medical student, soft-spoken, brilliant, eyes that looked like they carried storms behind them. They met during her clinical posting. He teased her the first day. You hold syringes like you're negotiating with them. And you speak like you already failed pharmacology, she replied. They laughed. It began with shared lunch breaks, then long night conversations in empty corridors, then promises. Daniel wanted to leave Nigeria after internship. UK, maybe Canada, he said. Zara shook her head. My mother can't travel. He held her hands. Then we'll build something here. Love is easy in daylight. Night tests it. 1:40 a.m., Ward 3. A middle-aged man recovering from surgery began screaming, not screaming in pain, screaming in terror. By the time Amara and Daniel reached him, flatline, his eyes wide, frozen, and written in shaking blood on the bed sheet, she told me to sleep. Silence swallowed the ward. Daniel felt something cold move down his spine. Amara forced herself to breathe. It was stress, hallucination, shock. That's what science said. But Mama Ifa crossed herself. She has started again. Who? Daniel asked. Mama Ifa whispered, Nurse Abena. During the military regime, when hospitals were overcrowded and mercy was scarce, Abena Mensa worked double shifts. She was from the Volta region, kind, strict, known for singing to dying patients. One blackout night, oxygen failed in Ward 7. 7 patients died. The hospital blamed her. They fired her publicly, humiliated her. That same night, she hung herself in Ward 7, wearing her uniform. But before she died, witnesses heard her whisper, if I must carry death alone, then I will share it. At exactly 2:17 a.m., the footsteps began. Slap, 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 bare feet. Zara turned. Daniel grabbed her wrist. Don't. But she already had. At the far end of the corridor, a nurse in white, hem stained brown, face blurred like underwater glass. She pushed an empty wheelchair, and she sang, a lullaby, soft, tender, wrong. You look tired, the figure whispered. Daniel stepped in front of Zara. You're not real. The nurse tilted her head.
Did you hear that?
Neither is hope.
Yes. What was it?
The lights went out. When they came back, she was gone. But Ward 7's door was open. Deaths increased, always at night, always peaceful, always smiling, always 2:17 a.m. Security cameras went black. Priests refused to enter. Imams stopped answering calls. The hospital director denied everything. Daniel wanted to report it, Zara begged him not to. We need this job. You're scared. Yes, so am I. They kissed that night, desperately, like two people who sensed the future thinning. Mama Aoife finally broke. The oxygen wasn't faulty, she cried. The hospital sold it on the black market. Abena tried to report them. They silenced her, made her the scapegoat. Her rage fused with Ward 7. She doesn't kill, Mama Eve whispered. She believes she's helping. Daniel began researching abnormal death patterns. He found something chilling. Every patient who died had whispered something similar. She brushed my hair. She sang to me. She said I deserved rest. And then Daniel made a mistake. He stayed past 2:17 a.m. alone. He wanted proof. Instead, he saw her. This time her face was clear, beautiful, exhausted, eyes full of sorrow. You're tired, she told him. I'm not your patient. She smiled sadly. But you carry pain. Daniel thought of student debt, of pressure, of leaving Amara behind. For a moment, rest sounded sweet. Then he remembered her. I choose to stay. Abena's expression changed. You will beg me one day. Zara began seeing her everywhere, in reflections, in mirrors, in empty rooms. Patients began asking for her specifically. The other nurse with kind eyes. But there was no other nurse. One night, Daniel didn't answer his phone. Zara ran to Ward 7. The door was open. Inside, Daniel lay on the bed, alive, smiling. Abena stood beside him. He is tired, she whispered. Don't, Zara begged. He suffers quietly. I love him. Abena froze. Love, a word she hadn't heard in years. They did not love me. Tears streamed down her face. They let me carry death alone. The walls began bleeding. Past screams echoed. Daniel's heart monitor slowed. Zara, he whispered weakly. She grabbed his hand. You choose, she screamed at him. Choose me. Abena stepped closer. You cannot save everyone. I don't want everyone. I want him. For a second, silence. Then Daniel looked at Abena and whispered, I am tired. Flatline. Zara screamed. The sound shattered glass. Abena looked horrified. I helped him. No, Zara sobbed. You killed him. The ward shook. Ceiling cracked. Walls split. Abena screamed, a sound of unbearable grief. I only wanted them to rest. The ward collapsed inward. Darkness swallowed everything. Ward 7 was sealed again. Officially, it never existed. Daniel's death was recorded as cardiac arrest. Zara resigned. She stopped sleeping because every night at 2:17 a.m., she hears footsteps, not approaching, waiting. Sometimes, in the corner of her room, she sees a white uniform, not angry, not cruel, just watching. And sometimes, very softly, she hears Daniel's voice whisper, It's okay, Zara. I'm not tired anymore. And one night, years later, at exactly 2:17 a.m., Zara smiles. The neighbors say she died peacefully in her sleep, eyes open, smiling, on her bed sheet, written faintly in red. She told me to rest, and somewhere, in some hospital corridor, 2 nurses now walk at night, bare feet, slap, slap, slap. If you hear footsteps behind you at 2:17 a.m., don't turn, because love does not always save you. Sometimes it teaches you how to sleep.